If you've ever come into Norwich along this part of St Stephen's, either perhaps on foot or bus or by car, you may well have noticed the rather unusual piece of public art that sits on the outside walls of this pub.
It pictures St Stephen's Gate in the old city walls and is one of a number of works by the artist John Moray-Smith. Other pieces you might have seen include the exterior on the Burr Street Gates pub at the top end of Burr Street, or perhaps the large 3 metre by 4 metre piece on the Prince of Denmark on Sprouston Road, or inside the Woolpack pub on Golden Bull Street, where there is a series of 5 panels celebrating Norwich's medieval wool trade. So who was John Moray-Smith, and why are these works of art on these locations? Alec Hartley from the Norwich Society can tell us more.
Well, John Moray-Smith is a bit of a mystery. He was thought at one stage to actually be an Italian prisoner of war who adopted his wife's name when he married her. But recent research, which is still ongoing by the Norwich Society, seems to have actually disproved that. And I think the present thinking is that he probably was a Scotsman. He certainly trained at the Slade School of Art, and he produced all these lovely works that you see.
So why was Moray-Smith's artwork put into pubs?
Because he used to work for Morgan's Brewery, who were one of the 4 great Norwich breweries back in the 60s and 70s. And he was used to actually produce what you might call theme pubs. There are several pubs which actually bear the stamp of his work, including this one, the Woolpack. The plaque outside the Coachmakers in St Stephen's, we actually restored as a gift to the people of Norwich. But when the last owners actually bought this pub, we persuaded them to keep the panels rather than get rid of them or simply sell them off, because they are an integral part of the pub and in fact of the public life of Norwich. This is what we feel about Moray-Smith. He's a very public artist, and his work has been seen by tens of thousands of Norwich people over the decades since he died in the mid-50s. They're just a major part of Norwich, and in fact they are unique. There is no body of work like them, we believe, anywhere else in the country.
So there we are, a little background information on the very public works of art completed by the artist John Moray-Smith, the elusive Mr. Smith. Well, long may the restoration continue by the good people of Norwich Society, as each one of those panels tells a wonderful story about Norwich's past.